August 13th, 1961. Imagine waking up and your street is gone. Your family trapped on the other side. Your job behind a wall of barbed wire that didn't exist when you went to sleep. Overnight, the city of Berlin was sliced in half like a piece of meat. But this wasn't just a fence. This was the birth of the death strip. A 100-mile scar of concrete and steel designed for one purpose: total control. Welcome to the most lethal frontier in modern history. The East German Guards didn't just build a wall, they built a killing machine. If you tried to cross, you didn't just climb. First, you had to survive Stalin's grass, a bed of 7-inch steel spikes hidden in the dirt to impale your feet. Then came the signal wires. One touch and a silent alarm alerts 300 watchtowers. Spotlights cut through the dark. Guards have one order: Schießbefehl, shoot to kill. Below the surface, the terror continued. They created ghost stations. Subways that once connected the city were walled off. Trains from the west would rumble through dark, abandoned platforms in the east, where armed guards stood in the shadows, watching the passengers through iron grates. You could see the other world, but you couldn't touch it. And it wasn't just guards watching you, it was the Stasi, the most efficient secret police in history. They didn't just have cameras, they had scent jars. They would steal your dirty laundry or wipe your chair after an interrogation, sealing your smell in a glass jar so tracking dogs could hunt you down if you ever tried to run. No one was invisible. And then the concrete. 12 feet of smooth, reinforced stone with a rounded pipe on top so your hands could never find a grip. It was an engineering masterpiece of terror. October 1961. The world almost ended at a place called Checkpoint Charlie. American and Soviet tanks stood muzzle to muzzle, just 30 yards apart. Engines roaring, gunners with their fingers on the triggers. For 16 hours, the planet held its breath. One nervous soldier, one accidental shot, and World War III would have started right there in the middle of a Berlin street. The wall wasn't just dividing a city, it was holding back an atomic apocalypse. But the human spirit is aggressive. Blueprints can't stop a man with nothing left to lose. In 1979, two families spent years sewing together thousands of scraps of nylon and bedsheets. In a dark basement, they built a hot air balloon. They launched into a freezing midnight sky, floating silent as ghosts over the searchlights. They landed in the west with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Free. But the escapes got even crazier. To beat the border, people built mini submarines to swim under the river. They modified tiny sports cars to crawl under the barrier gate. Think about the Senior Citizens Gang. A group of elderly Berliners spent months digging a tunnel that was nearly 6 feet high because they wanted to walk to freedom with their wives, unbowed. One soldier didn't climb. He drove. He hijacked an armored personnel carrier and slammed it through the concrete at 60 miles per hour. Others dug Tunnel 57, a 40-foot deep trench under the feet of the guards. They weren't just escaping, they were heisting their lives back from a superpower. For 28 years, this frontier seemed eternal. But on November 9, 1989, a single mistake changed the world. A government official fumbled a press conference, accidentally announcing that the borders were open immediately. Tens of thousands of people rushed the gates. The guards, confused and outnumbered, didn't fire. The wall didn't just fall, it was shattered by hammers and hands. The most invincible wall in history was defeated by a simple word: enough. The frontiers we build are only as strong as the fear that holds them up. And in Berlin, fear finally ran out. Every edge of history has a story. This was just one. For the next frontier, don't just watch history, witness it. Subscribe to Historical Frontiers.